Hello, welcome to the fourth video of session 4. As you saw in session 3, lists are nothing more than another form of a variable, but rather than holding one input, they can hold literally thousands of inputs if you so desired. My goal here is to create what's called a Mad Lib, using lists, but rather than input the items into the list, I want the user's answers to be my inputs. I want to start off by introducing a new sprite to the stage. I want to choose new sprite from file, go to my desktop, and input a sprite that I created with Doppelme. So I want to start by creating a list. So I'm going to say make a new list, and I'm going to label it answer list. Say OK. Now what I want to do is choose the default for all sprites. You see the empty list that's actually shown because the checkbox is checked. As you saw with list, very powerful. If you thought that Scratch was just a lot of cute backgrounds and sound and dancing, if you've had any familiarity with programming, you know about arrays, and a list is nothing more than an array. So you can see where there's some pretty sophisticated projects that students can make. It's something that they can use from year to year. As you see the age span from 8 to 16 years old. So lists are really powerful. If I actually right click, you can see where I can export a list once the user inputs answers, or if I had a very long list, rather than inputting the values one at a time, I could actually import it, an entire text file, spelling words perhaps, or maybe state capitals. Pretty sophisticated stuff. But for the moment, we want to keep it basic, and we're just going to do what's called a Mad Lib. I want to click back on the sprite, the cat, because I want the cat to be speaking, so to speak, to the other sprite that's on the stage. So to get started, in my variables menu, I want to draw over, or drag over I should say, a couple of instances of add thing to answer list. I go to my sensing menu and I want to drag over 2 instances of what initially says what's your first name, and while I'm at it, I'm going to need a couple of these answer blocks. So when the cat asks the sprite what's your name, I want to be able to add the answer to the answer list. Now for my second question, rather than what's your name, I want to be able to ask what's your favorite color. And once again, I want to add the user's answer to my answer list. I want to ask a third question, so I want to just duplicate this block, set of blocks, this pair of blocks, and edit, instead of favorite color, what's your favorite animal, and put these together. Now from user to user, I don't want all of the answers to be kept in the answer list. So what I want to do is go back to variable and say, when I click the green flag, I want to be able to delete not just the first, but all the answers from the answer list. So I'll go to my control block and drag over when green flag is clicked. Now normally I wouldn't want to see the answers on the stage, but when you're debugging or testing your program, it's not a bad idea to see everything that's being entered. So let me click the green flag, and the cat says, what's your first name? I say John. What's your favorite color? I'll say blue. And your favorite animal, will say shark. And you can see the John, the blue, and the shark were added to my answer list. So I actually want this all to appear on the stage. So what I need to do now is go to my looks menu, and I want to drag over say hello for 2 seconds. But it's not hello that I want to say. I want to actually say hello John. So I'll go to my operators menu, and I want to drag over what we saw in video 2, I guess it was, the join block. I want to place that right here. You can see the little border lights up, and I want to change the H in hello to capital O. Say hello. Now I want it to be able to say hello to the first input, which was John. So I'll go to variables and item 1, which is the answer to what's your name. Now I want to be able to ask another question, so let me drag over another say hello for 2 seconds. Now what's powerful about Scratch is that when we use these operators, these joining blocks, we can actually add as many as we want. So what I want to do is pop one in there, and then I want to drag another one in, pop it in that second position. Let me make this a little smaller so you can see, and actually join another one in there. So I've got 3 instances of join. So here I want to edit this to say you like A, and I'll leave a space after A. I want to use the input from the second value in the answer list. So item 2. Now watch what happens. I need to put this over here. Notice that the border shows up. Now my options are here: first, last, and any, but I want the second, so I'm able to just click on the 1 and replace it with a 2. For the third choice, third part of my join, I want the actual third input. So let's see, I want to insert item 3, which is actually the last item. And right here I want to put a space. Alright, so we'll put that all together. And now we'll uncheck the answer list, so that's not shown on the stage. I'll make this a little larger and click the green flag. Hi, what's your name? John. And what's your favorite color? We'll say red. And my favorite animal is a dog. Hello, John. You like a red dog. Now what I could have done actually is made this last for a little longer. Let's say rather than 12 seconds, 2 seconds, make it 12 seconds, and we'll try once again. Hi, what's your name? John. Favorite color, we'll go back to blue, and we're back to a shock. Hello, John. You like a blue shock. Now, if you wanted to expand this, which I'm hoping you'll do, Larry and I are hoping you'll do in this for this week's challenge, to expand this, I want to take this set of blocks here and leave the delete by itself at the very top, and just right click, and I can duplicate this, and you can keep on doing this, and you can make this Mad Lib as long as you like. Now the only situation would be down here when you're joining. If you didn't want to join a series of answers, you wouldn't necessarily use all of these joins, but you can work that out during the course of your project. Look forward to seeing your projects in the discussion area. Bye for now.